While we're talking about hypocrites and liars, let's look at this Mike Johnson clip. This one right here with Caitlin Collins, because look at this shit. Now, we know they're going after Medicaid. We know this. We know $880 billion Energy Committee. We know they're going after Medicaid. $230 million Agricultural Committee. We know they're going after SNAP. They're going after food stamps. They're going after Medicaid. But now, how are they doing this? They're doing it with the waste, fraud, abuse. So they have already engendered this campaign of waste, fraud, and abuse. And you'll see them all using the terminology. Waste, fraud, and abuse. It's waste, fraud, and abuse. We found waste, fraud, and abuse. They use it like their little tagline.
Medicaid is hugely problematic because it has a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse. Everybody knows that. We all know it intuitively. No one in here would disagree. What we're talking about is rooting out the fraud, waste, and abuse.
It's their little branded statement. That's their gateway. Trying to sell you with this idea that we're not cutting Medicare. We're only going to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse. That's what they want to tell us. Then the question becomes, well, obviously, if there's fraud, that would be a slam dunk, right? If there's fraud, you go show the fraud to the attorney general, to a grand jury, you get indictment, you punish people, you get that money back, or you enact punishment. So the fraud is easy. There should be repercussions for fraud. I am willing to go on record now saying preemptively, clip this, save it. They will not get an indictment for fraud on any of these entitlements in the entire 4 years of Trump's presidency. That is my prediction right now. There will not be one indictment for fraud related to entitlements. And if there is, it's going to be tiny. It's going to be tiny, and it's going to be some routine fraud. Because is there some fraud? Sure. There's fraud everywhere. Every company has fraud. Every government has fraud. Every whatever. Every workplace has fraud. That's reality, okay? If they do find fraud in the Medicaid system, I will almost guarantee that it is on the side of the providers. The individuals are usually not the ones doing the fraud, but they're not going to get any major indictment. They're certainly not going to get $880 billion of fraud. So the fraud thing is thrown in there, but they're not even really going to do anything with that. They're not. It's fucking bullshit. Now, the waste and abuse is a matter of opinion. It's a matter of agenda. They consider everything they disagree with waste and abuse. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Speaker Mike Johnson, who is the scuzziest of the scummiest of the fake Christian, no bank account, cheesy, skeezy, probably closeted motherfucker out there.
I challenge you or anybody on your staff, do a word search for Medicaid on the resolution that we passed last night. You will not find it. That is not part of this equation, okay? We're talking about finding efficiencies in every program, but not cutting benefits for people who rightly deserve that. Work requirements for Medicaid. That is something that is public opinion polls almost 90%. You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended, for example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work. That's what everybody supports. That's what the Republicans are for. And by the way, we find dignity in our work. That's going to be good for...
Okay, now let's pause this. Yeah, he has a punchable face. But first off, I want to go in deep here because I want to say something that, first off, I don't believe Medicaid should just be for single mothers with small children. Medicaid should be for everybody who is low income. And I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a single mother raising kids or if you're a 29-year-old male sitting on your couch playing video games who works at a restaurant or is a DoorDash delivery driver and doesn't have any fucking benefits. Everybody should be able to get medical care, period. You shouldn't have to be a fucking single mom with 5 kids or a guy with a fucking, upper management job to get medical care. Everybody. I don't care if you are an overweight person who sits and eats bags of potato chips all day long on your couch, never leaves the couch, haven't showered in a fucking year, you deserve access to medical care, period. End of story. It is not my right to judge people's behavior or their life choices. Not everybody needs to be an ambitious go-getter. There's only 1% in the top 1% anyway. So if we have 99% of the people that are ambitious and fighting for that 1%, there's going to be 98% that are fucking disappointed. Not everybody needs to be a fucking go-getter, fucking 5 jobs making $1 million. Some people like to live cheap. Some people work as little as possible. That's fine. It doesn't matter. But this idea, though, that he has created, like Medicaid is for one type of human being that they've decided. He's decided it's for single mothers with small children. But here's the irony. If it's a black single mom with small children, he didn't want them to have Medicaid. People in fucking Louisiana or SNAP, he wants to fucking take their shit away if they're black. But if it's a white single mom with small kids, then he'll give them a little Medicaid, a little bit, but not too much, because if they get too much health care, they might get uppity and they might all of a sudden think they deserve some kind of human rights and shit. And then it's going to be a real problem for them. But their idea that only a few people, you got to be this indigent single mother, right? Like you can't even be a single woman. You got to be a single mother. You got to be a birthing vessel and indigent, and then they'll give you a little bit of help. Dude, it's bullshit. But this idea, though, that he thinks there's a whole bunch of 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games, soaking up billions of dollars of Medicaid money, dude, that's fucking bullshit, bro. It's nonsensical. But I also thought it's real funny that most of his audience is fucking red pill. The red pillers are fucking video game people. So I thought that's weird that even in his attack, he's attacking the red pill guys. They're the 29-year-olds playing video games, red pillers. Without a doubt. I guarantee you, any 29-year-old who is playing video games and on the couch and doing nothing with his life, he is most certainly a red-pilled motherfucker. I will guarantee it. But here's what I take issue with. If a person wants to work 12 hours a week and they want to just make art or work 12 hours a week and just barely get by and eat ramen and macaroni and shit and drink some cheap fucking Bergy beer or whatever, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think they should still have access to health care. And I think we still should have access to affordable housing or get some housing that we automatically get to own, and maybe a little bit of money that helps you get food so you're not struggling. So I'm down with that shit. I am totally okay with people, if they want to limit the amount of work they do, who cares? It doesn't affect me. If anything, the way I look at it is if some people are, not competitive, that just means there's more for the rest of us. If somebody wants to sit on their couch every day and live cheap, more power to them. But again, everybody deserves health care. Look at what I said. I said there's a 53-year-old male on a couch playing video games and doing Twitter all day who steals wealth from thousands of workers, and he's going to destroy Medicaid. What a fucking bunch of ghouls, right? Because isn't that Elon? Dude, Elon literally sits on a couch playing video games and doing Twitter all day, bro. He just bought himself into a position where he controls a whole bunch of wealth because he's had billions of dollars of government contracts. If I had $15 billion of government contracts every year, I'd be a billionaire too. I think all of us, dude. If any of us had $15 billion of government contracts, we'd all be billionaires, guys. It's not hard, bro. It ain't hard. But dude, these guys are scoundrels. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.